Was horrified to discover that this hotel seemed to shrink a little more with each passing night. To test his theory, he tied a rope between two walls. The next morning, the once taut rope sagged. The rope hadn't changed in length, so the only explanation was that the walls had moved closer together. He immediately rushed to tell the chefs this terrifying news. But what was even more disturbing was the fact that this hotel had no exit. The chefs and guests had been living here for over 10 years, without stepping foot outside even once. If the place kept shrinking, it was only a matter of time before they were all crushed to death. Strangely though, no one else seemed to care. It was as if no one but him realized the deadly danger closing in. The chefs, united in their annoyance, threw him out of the kitchen. Nick wasn't originally part of the hotel. He was a traveling magician. He had a show scheduled the next day at a cafe in the nearby town. That night he booked a room at a nearby hotel. At the front desk was a one-eyed elderly woman. Nick booked a single room and went to bed early, wanting to save his energy for the show. But the next morning, when he packed his two large suitcases and got ready to leave, he realized he couldn't find the exit. The staircase he had used to go up the day before, it was now just a solid wall. And judging by how worn the wall looked, it clearly hadn't just appeared overnight. As Nick stood there confused, the old pipes overhead began to rattle, clanging like metal against metal. Then the walls began to tremble. He pressed his ear to the wall and heard a deep, rhythmic pounding, like a heartbeat. The hallway lights flickered. Suddenly, tiny doors opened up along the base of the walls. Without warning, a full band marched out from them, playing loud music as they advanced directly toward Nick. Completely baffled by the bizarre events, Nick decided not to make a scene. He picked up his luggage, turned around, and tried to clear the way for the band. But just around the corner, he bumped into a waiter carrying a tray of food. The waiter, without skipping a beat, handed the tray to Nick, and just like that, he was now part of the hotel's kitchen staff. A chubby woman, clearly the kitchen supervisor, led him to the back. Inside the kitchen, chefs were rushing around non-stop, but the most striking thing wasn't the people, it was the ingredients. Every single dish seemed to be made with eggs. Chicken eggs, duck eggs, goose eggs, quail eggs, every kind of egg imaginable. They were being sent into the kitchen non-stop from a conveyor machine, a never-ending supply. Nick stood frozen in the middle of the chaos, completely lost, having no idea what he'd just become part of.